Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Investio, and this is Langrisser Mobile. So it's the anniversary update, so there's a lot to go over. So let's go ahead and get started. So first main thing is we do have a new covenant, which is Freya, or Freya, I guess. She's kind of strange. Her gimmick is it revolves around buffing characters that act again, essentially, with like just a raw damage upgrade. And what's kind of interesting is I seem to be getting that buff even when she's not on the field. But I think the trade-off is she only stays on the field for one round when you summon her. So she's kind of weird. She also doesn't really have particularly high stats, at least from what I saw. But she can definitely get like buffs and stuff. If you she does get like stacks that increase her stats whenever you do an act again or things like that. Overall, kind of strange, but we at least have a new covenant to level up. Anyway, and then for the Secret Realm, I already bought one of them. The other one is Archon of the Moon, which gives stuff about improves the act again and heals when in water, essentially. Oh, I can't share on this because I'm on the PC version. All right, and then the other one was for Kagura, I think it's how you pronounce it. Where is she? There she is. Yeah. Oh, Kaguya. So it's a helmet, increases HP, and then at the start of the battle you get 2 pig, deer, or butterfly at random, and then the plus unit range that you get from using hidden tile cannot be dispelled, and then the hero crit chance increases by 1% for every card that's used in this battle. So the whole not being able to dispel the +2 range is there are situations if you attack into a Tenyo robe, there's a chance that your range could be dispelled, in which case if you're out of range in that case, your attack just gets negated. It can also happen against the Rosenseal's Empire faction buff. It also can dispel a buff when combat starts. But really the big thing is the starting with 2 cards, a pair already. That was kind of the big thing about Kaguya, because at the start, especially in PvP, you're trying to just frantically pick up cards so she can actually use her abilities. But with this, it guarantees that you can at least do the base hidden card ability, which is pretty helpful. Probably still not going to use her because I don't really have the space for her. In any case, I think that. Oh, and then the other new thing. Well, there's a few new things, but the other new thing is new troops. We now have access to Gallant Duelist, which is a new infantry. Has increased attack and crit rates, and there's a 60% chance that you can take reduced physical damage, which is kind of neat. And then, well, actually, just for those who care, here are the characters that can use them, including the new character that's just come out. And then over in Casterville, we have the Poison Bat Mage, which also a new character can use. It's essentially 40% attack, which is pretty good, and there's a 100% chance of applying a random debuff on the enemy before battle, which is pretty cool. Can even be used by Renee here, or Reen, which is actually, that means she would at least guarantee that she gets 3 debuffs on a regular attack, because she gets 2 from her talent at max stars. So kind of neat, and the stats aren't too bad either. I think sorceresses at full HP still do a little bit better, but they also don't apply debuffs. The only other thing is Poison Bat Mages do not only apply it on attacks. They don't or on direct attacks. It's not applied on any AOE's. All right. Besides that, there's the new tower defense thing. I did the tutorial for it. I don't really care much for it, but I may do it just to get a few more vouchers. There is an event that keeps track of how many crystals that you're using, and if you spend up to like a very large amount, you can actually get a skin for Sherry, as well as a few free like skin vouchers and things like that. Since I'm going to be summoning anyway, I'll probably end up filling that up. Speaking of, all right, so we got a few things. We got the Oathsworn summon, which I believe is just a wish list summon. There is a purchasable bag that can get you all the way up to. I don't know how far it goes up, but you can essentially get 60 shards of a character if you just need to fill out somebody. There's also a wish list summon for equipment, which I may actually do, depending on how well I do on this other one. These sets or summons are actually going on for over a month, so I think we are getting an extra week out of it. And for those who do care, there is a Wedem banner as well if you want to go for him. I am not, so here's the main thing. We got Faded Waltz of Neon and Shadow, which gets you Girl in the Shell and Sword of Light and Shadow. Essentially, Sword of Light and Shadow is another game changer as far as the meta is concerned for PvP, and everybody wants to use her and everybody wants to ban her. Girl in the Shell, I saw her be used a few times in the CN servers, but for the most part, she's not seen as particularly favorable. Some people have been kind of overly harsh about grading her. I don't think she's as bad as some people say, but she's definitely not. She's not someone that's going to really change things up that much. Anyway, we'll go ahead and just dive right in. We got a ton of summons to go through. As for the crystal tracking thing, it will convert vouchers as well. So every voucher is 88 crystals. So onwards. I don't think we're anywhere. I don't think we have anything towards pity. And I am going to be going pretty much all in for this banner because both characters are characters I want to use. I will say, prior to this, I did my little slot machine thing, and I didn't get a single item from it, so that's just going to show what my luck is for this run. I believe last banner we had an okay rate, but our off banner was not particularly good. There is, I don't know how long it's going to go for, but we do have extra Gate of Fates, which will be helpful. I think that puts us at 50. Or this will be our 50th, rather. Tomorrow, I should have both Lightbringer and Kagura at 6 stars. Or no, sorry, not Kagura. Lightbringer and Autumn Kelno will be at 6 stars. I got a few more days before I get Kagura to what she needs to be. Alright, 70 summons. I was kind of prepared for bad luck to happen, so I'm kind of due in. Yeah, that's 80. Like I said, I got 0 items from my my slot machine pulls today, which is pretty hard to get. I've had it happen only once, one other time essentially. All right, this should be our pity. Alright, Sword of Light and Shadow. New Zerda. Person of Destiny, the elf of the sword that has awakened from the darkness. Alright. It was literally our 99th summon. Alright. So at least we got one of them. I do want multiples of both, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, the thing about Sword of Light and Shadow is she is a character that can potentially refresh her self-res. Not only that, she's also someone that has essentially access to two skills that are both essentially Sword Souls. In fact, she has access to Sword Soul. And then she has access to one that also is essentially Sword Soul, but it also bypasses self-resing. So she's kind of like the ultimate tank buster. Or just any character, or any buster, really. And then she is able to buff herself using her teleport, so you can use her off action. And when she gets killed, she gets little spirit things that come up, and that's what she can use to refresh her self-res, as well as get her attack and movement buff back. So most of the time, a lot of the videos, it was kind of a similar situation as Wedam, where you either saw, you know, the Sword of Light and Shadow just teleport in and just kill something, and then once that happens, it kind of just spirals out of control from there. Okay, that was 60 summons. Because essentially, you would try to kill her, and it was probably done at like the final turns of that round. And you end up just getting... Oh, there you go. Alright. The text unfortunately cut off, so I couldn't see everything. So we got Girl in the Shell. And is that Vincent? An off-banner Vincent? Alright. This pretty much gets our rate mostly average at this point. Yeah, it's a off-banner Vincent. I think I can actually upgrade him. Alright, the Wiccan former Pope. Resurrected by means of artificial intelligence. Its intentions are hard to predict. Alright. Okay, well, onwards. So now we have one of each, which is great. So now we just need copies. But yeah, essentially she would teleport in, kill something, which will spawn a spirit. And usually the opposing opponent will probably have a way to kill her, but she'll self-res. And you trigger her self-res, and then she does her turn, which may not be as effective because she's not at full health. But then after that, as long as she's near a spirit, she'll just get her self-res back, and she kind of just tangles things up from there. And that's just her by herself. But, as I said, kind of like with Wedam, players kind of eventually just kind of would mindlessly just throw Zerda into the opponent, and maybe possibly get a kill or maybe soften up the enemy, but then she would just get double tapped and killed. That's kind of what some things can happen with it. But for any player that's actually thinking and being a bit more careful about how to use her, can definitely be a threat. I mean, she's probably going to be someone I have to ban, just simply because Lightbringer might not be able to survive because she bypasses self-resing. Then again, Lightbringer is actually probably one of the safer characters for it because she can actually soak up the spells. As for Girl in the Shell, I really only saw her a few matches, and a lot of those matches didn't last long enough for her to really shine. In a lot of cases, she was kind of just killed first. But what I saw a lot of the time was they would go a Thorns build. You know, go Thorns with the ring that does reflects range damage, and then go Crystal Warlocks. And so with all of that, she's actually able to essentially, if she can just kind of trade a kill in that case. The biggest issue with her in most cases is the fact that a lot of her stuff is RNG, like what buffs she gets and what upgrades she gets. The other issue is she requires build-up to get her extra range and her extra stats, as well as her upgrades. Essentially, you need 2 turns to maximize her range from her talent, and well, max her stacks from her talent, and then you need 3 turns to maximize her 3C. Okay, I think that was 80. It was either 80 or 90. And since the meta has gotten so fast, you usually don't have the time to just wait on her. And characters like, okay, another Girl in Shell. Okay. I mean, characters like Tensei Jessica and stuff, you have like ways to speed up their build up. Because I mean, Tensei Jessica requires 4 stacks to max out, but she has ways to give herself extra actions with her 3C. And that's just kind of the biggest issue with her. I think if she gets an exclusive equipment that gives her maybe a free stack in the beginning, that might help. But one thing that also I kind of noticed in a lot of the CN matches nowadays is Tensei Jessica has kind of fallen off as well, which is kind of crazy because she's still very good. It's just not fitting with the current factions, I guess. But I intend on using her. I want to see what she can do and see how the randomness plays out. Alright, I think that was 40 summons. Our rate's kind of meh. It's not super terrible, but it's not. I don't think it's particularly great. Okay, another sword. So we have 2 of each right now. Alright, let's keep on going. Much like the previous banner, I'll probably be splitting this video into 2 parts. Just simply because I intend on doing so many summons. And as always, it is really early in the morning. I don't have a meeting because of holidays and stuff, and winter break. But my inner clock is pretty much set to not be able to sleep anyway. So I've been kind of just waiting, just staying up and doing some of the other content that was available prior to the banner coming up. There's also new chapters, which I'll probably be doing later. I mean, for the most part, I just kind of do the story content and I ignore most of the challenge stages, unless there's a quick and easy way to do them, because they're just not worth my time anymore. Next banner is both male characters, and I don't need either of them, as far as I know. Alright, I think this is either 50 or 60. I kind of lost count there. But yeah, we'll have some time to kind of rebuild before the banner after, which will have Polynol, who's very, very good. She's Holy type, and she has some really nasty AoE and terrain manipulation. I don't know if she can self-res or not. I guess the other issue with Girl in the Shell compared to Lucretia is Girl in the Shell has no self-res at all. I think this was 70. So yeah, the rate's not particularly great. And our off banner is actually on par. We've gotten 5 SSRs and 1 off banner, which is a normal rate. I think we're at 90 now. Again, lost count. Okay, that was either 90 or pity. Either way, it wasn't great. Went and register my clicks there. Okay, another sword. Okay, that puts her halfway to 5-star. At the very least, I want both at 5-star. I do have some SSR shards laying around, but I kind of want to hold on to those for Polynol and was it Grunhild or whatever her name is? Since both those banners are also with a male character, so I won't be able to safely go all in with those. Oops, didn't mean to click through that. Oh well. Well, wasn't anything anyway. In fact, it was only 1 SR in there. And if I end up coming up short, I mean, I have an additional 4 weeks to try to get more crystals and shards to make up for it. I mean, I'm kind of at the point where I'm running out of female characters to use Gate of Fates on, so having additional characters that actually level up is not a huge deal. I think we're at 50. So this will be 60, I think. Again, I'm losing count because it's early morning and I'm trying to speak and be entertaining. Well, just speaking, really. Alright, 70. Yeah, like I said, I was due in for some bad luck, so... But it sucks when it sucks when I'm right. Alright, this will be 90. Okay. It's either that or I miscounted, and that's actually 100. It's hard to tell. Another sword. Okay, she's 5 stars. Okay. I can live with that. Our rate's still not great, but it's that definitely helped. So yeah, this puts her at 5 stars. Girl in the Shell is one away from being 5 stars. So we'll keep going. If we can get at least one more Girl in the Shell, I'll be generally happy. But more swords wouldn't hurt. I mean, it's not a huge deal. I am gonna put them in the box, but Sword and Light and Shadow is just gonna get banned, which is fine by me because that means Lightbringer will be free for me. Yeah, it should have been 40. I think yeah, that should have been 40. So this should be 50. Yeah, I think we only had one go where actually it was below 50. But we did get a few doubles, which helped a little. But yeah, overall our rate's not great. Like right now we're sitting on 70. Okay, at least it's not 90. Okay, another sword. We're definitely getting up there. Okay. So she's 2 away from 6-starring. Which is great, but not... Kind of want to spread the love a little. And I'm fairly certain at this point we've probably met the requirements to get the Sherry skin. Sheesh, can I at least get below 50 one of these times? Alright, well this is 50. Can you at least get me on average? Nope. Yeah, even the doubles are not going to make up for this, right? But that's okay. Like I said, the next banner we don't even need to touch. I believe it's going to be Polynol, Grunhild, and then the collab, which I think is also both female, and both characters are rather good. I think this is 90. Yep, that was 90. So the next one should be 100. Yep. Alright, let's see what we get. Please not off banner. Alright, sword. Alright, well, I think we're going to go ahead and call it here. So, our girl in the shell is going to be stuck at 4 stars for a little while, but that's okay. Alright. So let's just go in here real quick. Nope, not that one. Where is it? That's... Nope, not that one. Oh, there it is. Memory's gift. Yeah, I met all the requirements. Okay. Got a bunch of money. Get some of these I have yet to use. Yeah, and we get this skin, which personally I don't have much care for. Well, that's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at our heroes. Actually, I'll be right back. Alright, this video is going on pretty long, so I'm going to call it here. I did do some math. My average for the SSRs was every 63 vouchers, so not the best, but it could have been worse. I will go ahead and do, I'll show off the characters and their awakenings next time. So I am the Depressed Eeyore. This was Langrisser Mobile. See you guys next time.